Who is Coco Gauff's boyfriend? The heartwarming story of Jalen Sera's support after her Wuhan Open victory. When Coco Gauff raised her arms to the sky under the bright Wuhan lights, tears glistened in her eyes. The crowd roared, the cameras flashed, and the commentators spoke of legacy, resilience, and the rise of generational talent. But what no one could see, behind the golden trophy, behind that champion smile, was a quiet heartbeat of someone who had been there from the beginning. Someone whose name wasn't on the scoreboard, but whose presence shaped every stride, every forehand, every deep breath before a serve. His name, Jalen Sera. And though the world was just beginning to ask, who is Coco Gauff's boyfriend? Those close to her knew the story had been unfolding for years, gently, humbly, and beautifully, where it all began. Their paths crossed not at a glamorous gala or a tennis event, but in an unlikely place, a small indoor facility in Boca Raton, Florida. It was late 2022. Coco had just finished a demanding season. Her team was analyzing data, studying movement patterns, and preparing her for what would become her breakthrough year. That's when Jalen walked in. He wasn't a coach or a sponsor. He was a quiet, sharp-minded performance analyst working for a sports tech startup that specialized in athlete biomechanics. His job was simple: help collect data on players' agility and recovery patterns. But something about Jalen's calm presence and the way he observed details, without judgment, without ego, caught Coco's attention. He wasn't trying to tell me how to play, Coco recalled in a later interview. He was just curious. He noticed the small things, like how my balance shifted when I got tired. It felt like he understood the rhythm of the game. That first meeting didn't end in instant sparks. It was professional, respectful, but it planted the seed of a connection built not on fame or attraction, but understanding, the friendship that blossomed. Over the next year, they began to talk, not about tennis, but about life beyond it. Coco was growing up under the spotlight. Every move was public, every word analyzed. Jalen, meanwhile, was a grounded soul who preferred quiet corners and deep conversations. He reminded her that it's okay to have slow days, said one of her close friends. He wasn't caught up in her fame. He treated her like a person, not a headline. Their friendship deepened over shared playlists, phone calls during tournaments, and moments of laughter between travel chaos. And when Coco hit emotional lows, after tough losses, public criticism, or exhaustion, it was Jalen who stayed on the line, often saying little, just listening. He has this energy that doesn't demand, Coco once said. He just lets me breathe. The year everything changed. Then came 2025, the year of transformation. Coco entered the season with quiet fire. She was no longer the teenager trying to prove herself. She was a mature competitor, armed with experience and grounded by emotional strength. Behind the scenes, Jalen had become part of her rhythm. Not in an official capacity, but in spirit. He helped her study match footage, not to criticize, but to notice patterns, to spot what she couldn't see. Before matches, he'd send her short notes. Trust your timing. Play free. You've already done the work. And when the Wuhan Open arrived, the high-stakes WTA 1000 tournament that would define her season, those quiet affirmations became her emotional compass. The Wuhan triumph. Coco Gauff's run in Wuhan was nothing short of magical. She beat seasoned champions. She weathered 3-hour battles. Her game was fluid, not frantic, not forced, just confident. To the audience, it looked like dominance. To those who knew her, it looked like peace. Something changed in her energy, said one WTA commentator. She wasn't chasing perfection. She was enjoying the fight. Throughout the week, Jalen was in Wuhan, not in her box, but in the stands, quietly observing. He wasn't there for publicity. He was there for presence. After every win, Coco would look up, sometimes toward her team, sometimes toward that familiar face and crowd, and smile. It wasn't a gesture of triumph. It was gratitude. When she finally lifted the trophy, there was a moment, fleeting but real. She placed her hand on her heart, looked up, and mouthed, "Thank you." No one in the press room caught it, but those who did knew exactly who it was for. The moment the world noticed. After her victory, social media lit up with images of Coco and a mysterious young man spotted at the post-match dinner. "Who is he?" fans asked. Coco Gauff's new boyfriend? Headlines speculated. Neither confirmed, neither denied. But soon, small details surfaced. A photo of Jalen at a Miami charity event she attended, a reflection of him in one of her practice clips, a quiet comment from a teammate. He's been there a while. And suddenly, Jalen Sera, a name once unknown, became the soft echo behind Coco Gauff's triumph. Love in the shadows. In a world where celebrity romances explode across social media, Coco and Jalen's relationship is strikingly private. No grand gestures. No public selfies. No couple content. Their connection thrives in quiet moments. Morning coffee before training, FaceTime calls across time zones, shared journaling exercises about goals and gratitude. They're like mirrors, said someone close to Coco. He helps her see herself clearly, not as the world sees her. For Coco, whose life has always been performance, from junior championships to Grand Slam finals, that kind of love is rare. Jalen doesn't see the tennis star, she once confided. He sees the girl who still gets nervous before every serve. The weight of the spotlight. The fame, however, came with its challenges. As speculation grew, tabloids began poking around. Some questioned whether a relationship could distract an athlete at the peak of her career. Coco handled it with grace. Balance doesn't take away from greatness. The human side of greatness. Coco Gauff's journey, from prodigy to powerhouse, has always been about more than tennis. It's about resilience. It's about identity. It's about love in all its forms, from family, from faith, and now, from someone who sees her beyond the fame. In Jalen Sera, Coco found a mirror, one that reflects not her achievements, but her essence. And in Coco, Jalen found inspiration, a reminder that discipline and heart can coexist. Together, they embody the quiet beauty of support, a partnership rooted in purpose, balance, and mutual growth. The ending that isn't an ending. Love stories in the sports world often burn fast and fade faster. But this one feels different. It's not built on spotlight moments or social validation. It's built on time, trust, and truth. As Coco prepares for her next season, her fans may keep asking, who is Coco Gauff's boyfriend? But perhaps the better question is, who helps Coco Gauff stay grounded in a world that never stops spinning? The answer is simple: Jalen Sera. The one who doesn't stand in front of the cameras. The one who doesn't chase credit. The one who sits in the quiet corners of arenas, smiling softly when she looks up after every match. Because sometimes love doesn't need to be seen to be real. Sometimes it just needs to be felt. And in Coco's glow after Wuhan, the peace in her eyes, the calm in her game, the world finally saw it. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.